I was quite clear with everybody from the start of the season that this might be my last year in Superbike. You know, retirement was one option, but when I started riding and understanding that you know, I still have a lot of potential, I still love going to the track, still feel really competitive. I just needed something different, you know, some spark.
This is the man who's been the focus of all the cameras, Jonathan Rea, after announcing his shock move to Yamaha for 2024. This has been, though, his worst season in a decade. The hope is that he can arrest the slide, bring himself back into title contention next year.
If you had suggested to me when we started the 2023 season that Top Rec would not be with us and that Jonathan Rea would, I would have thought you were, you know, suffered a little bit on the plane or something, lack of oxygen or something along those lines.
It's good, eh? I like it.
On one hand, there's the loyalty side and that he was in the middle of a contract, that's a surprise that he stepped away from that. But on the other hand, that just shows who Jonathan Rea is and how hungry he is for more success.
The man's a magician! Unbelievable stuff here!
As hard as it was, I was happy to take that decision and move forward.
It's a shame to lose this rider, this friend. He's a very important asset in KRT.
It felt so strange. It feels like you were cheating on your wife.
It has been great. I mean, I honestly enjoy a lot. I just wish the best for Johnny.
I'm convinced that we finish the era, a very successful era.
That's racing, you know, you have to move, you have to evolve, and let's see what the future brings.
Vamos.
So, first day with Kawasaki. I want to ask
With Kawasaki? I can't remember the exact phone call or the time when I was going to sign for Kawasaki, but I remember speaking to my manager and saying, Chuck, do not mess this contract up. Get it done, you know, no matter the money, the conditions, make it happen. It was funny because both riders, I think Sykes and Baz, that they had some deadlines on their renewals, and I kept calling him. Did they sign? No. I said, right, I'm coming to the workshop. It was in August. He says, yeah, but it's a holiday. Everybody's gone. But I'm coming tomorrow, and I'm going to hire a car. I want to come and speak with you and have lunch. And he managed a lunch with me and with Perry, and I looked in his eyes and I told him to give me this opportunity, and I wouldn't let him down. Honestly, I felt I had to sell myself quite a lot to Game and to Kawasaki in the beginning. But the nice part is once I was inside, you know, inside the black and green, and I was treated like a son, and that was a really nice feeling for me.
Excited, really excited. A little bit nervous as well, but can't wait to get started.
My first test was in Aragon, and honestly I knew in Aragon that I could win with this bike. The first laps with the Ninja ZX-10R, I thought, oh, no problem. Learn the bike, find the feeling, and it's going to be good. I was really encouraged them first laps in Aragon.
I was quite impressed in the first laps, you know. Lap time was coming very, very quick, and I understood that the natural skills of Johnny are really, really high. This is the first test, the starting point. Yesterday, Jonathan made 40 laps, and straight away he was comparing with Tom, his teammate, was doing similar lap times, and this makes me feels positive, but straight away I can feel that he's, of course, a very good rider, and the level is very high.
It was important because it was everything was new for him. Once he jumped on the bike and made 2 laps and came in, immediately the smile on his face confirms that his feeling was that he took the right decision, and then from then on we start to work comfortable.
Yeah, I'm very, very excited because it's a very user-friendly bike to use, so I'm enjoying it.
When I see this interview, I thought, oh, maybe I could have been a little bit more open, you know, more confident. But it was nice, you know, to arrive with a new bike, a new team, win directly in Australia, and continually win championships for 6 seasons is beyond all my wildest childhood dreams.
Coming up today in his debut ride for Kawasaki, Jonathan Rea claimed his first Phillip Island pole yesterday. And away we go, a really good start from Jonathan Rea. Here comes Leon Haslam, we're going to get a change of lead, and we do. Leon Haslam takes the lead.
Well, look at it, Rea's managed to pull it off, he's through at the top of Lukey Heights. Now, can he make it stick?
It's going to be a race to the line. Keep an eye on the finish line, folks. We could have a photo finish.
Outside.
Oh, Leon Haslam around the outside. Here we go. It will be Jonathan Rea that just goes across the line to win the opening race of 2015. It's Jonathan Rea with the win. His first here at Phillip Island. His first for new team Kawasaki. What a great moment for the Kawasaki team and for Jonathan.
I'm really happy, and good time to thank Kawasaki for this great opportunity and my team for working through the weekend really well. We started off a little bit slow, but they gave me a package that I could race for the win today.
To win 6 titles in a row and to win, I don't know, hundreds of races is many. I wouldn't say only one, but if I should say, I would say the first championship when we win, that for me, of course, was also the first championship. Maybe this was the best.
Jonathan Rea becomes the 5th different Brit to win the World Superbike Championship. Cue emotions. Jonathan Rea has finally accomplished his dream in front of his friends, in front of his family.
But to win the championship 5 races out, it really shows the season we've had, and I couldn't have done it without all my mechanics and all the team.
The most rewarding title is clearly the first one, because the first one you feel validated, you feel relief that all this work is finally, you've achieved the dream. The first one is always the most special. I remember 2016 so clear as one of the more nicest memories, because it was Lausitz's ring. I was terrible all through practice. Race 1, I crashed. I really hurt my shoulder quite bad.
That's Rea, that is Jonathan Rea! I don't believe it! Look at what is going on here! Perariba cannot believe his eyes because the championship lead is going to decrease further.
I seen a championship advantage go from, I think, 71 points to almost a race win within 2 races. We had a technical problem in Laguna.
But he's off! He's off! Jonathan Rea runs wide, and now we really do have a motorcycle race on our hands. The green Kawasaki's out of the race, is he? Jonathan Rea has stopped on lap 6. Is this his first retirement of the season?
Went to Lausitz and the championship had completely swung, and Sunday morning the heavens opened. It was so wet, dangerously wet.
Oh my word, here's the update then on the weather. Rain here in Germany. It's going to be one of those afternoons, isn't it? And more changes here, Steve, being made to the suspension, the preload. This is the Kawasaki #1 plate of Jonathan Rea. Rea's made another lightning start and Giuliano dived to the inside line. Trying to find some grip with that unconventional line.
Jonathan Rea, you can see just trying to get through on Chaz Davis. Bro, Jonathan Rea takes the lead.
Great move from Jonathan Rea there. For the last time at the Lausitz ring, Jonathan Rea gingerly applies the power. A dominant victory at snail-like pace. Team 65 may well have effectively just wrapped up the title for this year.
I remember winning that race and just being in tears. ...2019 was the most bizarre championship because you had one guy coming so strong with such a strong bike and winning easy. 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 20 seconds.
Alvaro Bautista makes his own version of the triple treat. Alvaro Bautista makes it 6 out of 6 in 2019. It's Alvaro Bautista who's going to make it 9 out of 9, the best ever start to a World Championship season. But nobody can touch Alvaro Bautista, 11 out of 11.
And then start to make mistakes, so meaningless and strange.
Down goes Alvaro Bautista, the first mistake he's made in 2019. And Bautista goes down. Once again, Alvaro Bautista is in the gravel trap. The team can't believe it.
I don't know what will happen, no? I think all the good luck we had during the beginning of the season now is like disappear, and sometimes you need the good luck.
Jonathan Rea makes it 6 wins in succession in 2019.
At certain points start to change the dynamic, and immediately something came to make Johnny stronger than ever.
Jonathan Rea wins in Manicourt and secures a record-breaking 5th world title!
In the end, I won 2019 by 160 points.
The second half of 2019 was almost unbeatable, no? Because he had a really good mental strength, and he can fight for win in all the situations.
It's been an incredible year so far. A year of never giving up, you know, believing in myself, believing in my bike, believing in my crew, believing in my method, and stuck to it.
Potentially the most difficult one has been 2020 with Top Rack and Scott Redding as rivals.
Once again, nothing to separate the top 4! Welcome to WorldSBK in 2020!
I had some really hard fights with Jonathan, and you know, he's sometimes a bit hard, but it's fair. And for me, this is what racing is about. Rubbing is racing, but keep it quite fair.
Here comes Redding down the inside of Rea into turn number 6. Aggressive stuff from Redding. Outside of Redding, that'll give him the inside here. Oh, that's a stunning manoeuvre from Jonathan Rea. Redding bounces back.
Any weekend, it could go any way. All 3 riders had positives, negatives, good tracks, bad tracks, and we ended in Estoril. I remember in qualifying, I put the bike over the fence and I felt everything was going against me that weekend. But finally we got it done. That one went down to the wire and was definitely the most difficult.
Jonathan Rea comes out of the final turn to be confirmed world champion in 2020. Rea has done it for a 6th year in a row. Can you believe it?
History is made. Jonathan Rea is the 2016 world champion.
From 15 to 20, I really feel that we were the benchmark. We were the team to beat.
Jonathan Rea is king of the world yet again here in Magny-Cours.
I wouldn't say invincible, but we knew that we could turn up every weekend, and if we did all the job right, we could compete to win.
Stand up and take a bow. What a race, what a season. Jonathan Rea is the 4-time world champion in World Superbikes.
We had some fantastic years battling against each other. It was difficult. Jonathan is a tough nut to crack, especially in those years when he was, so at one with the Kawasaki package. He was able to get everything out of that bike. He understood it, and Jonathan is not only a fantastic rider, but he's also clever. He knows how to manage the races and the tyre and also the mental side of it.
But of course the competition was tough. I always felt that I always had to give my best. With different opponents throughout this whole time, there's always different challenges with them. My teammate Tom was fast in most of these seasons. Chaz Davis, potentially my career big rival.
To me is an honour really to be the guy that gave him that career rivalry. And I think it was for reasons that are pretty obvious. We weren't the best of friends, and we did butt heads quite a bit and battled it out on the track, and that's what really ignited that rivalry.
Well, Chaz Davies there, not too happy at all with Jonathan Rea.
I knew somebody was coming. I was staying.
Oh, we'll get on the edge of the track then if you know somebody's coming.
I was on the outside of the track.
All right, well next time I'll smash it from the inside and see what happens.
Well, that won't be clever, will it?
Well, fuck off out of the way then.
Of course out of the way.
You weren't.
Why?
19 with Bautista, and then 20 with Top Rack and Scott Redding was tougher.
We had a lot of battles, especially I remember my first year in WorldSBK that he was the only rider who can fight against me, and was really pressure to share a lot of battle with him. Maybe this year he struggled a little bit more, but he never gave up, and he always tried to beat you. It's really difficult to beat Jonathan.
But it's Alvaro Bautista, soars around the outside of Rea with only 2 turns to go. Jonathan Rea now might think about a cutback manoeuvre. Bautista has held the inside line well, and Alvaro Bautista takes the perfect revenge with a victory in the Superpole race.
Always I respected my opponents in Parc Ferme. Always tried to give credit to the guys who beat me or the guys that are still on the podium, because I understood that I had a great package, a great team working relentlessly behind the scenes on all the small details. You know, in Kawasaki, they took the approach of a professional cycling team and was marginal gains. You know, if you could find 1% to help you here, you made this effort. And I think it's all these marginal gains that really set us apart from the rest of the teams and the rest of the riders from in that time period. It's been an incredible journey that, you know, I've loved almost every second of it.
A masterful ride from Jonathan Rea in damp conditions in the early stages. Cometh the hour, cometh the man. A first victory of 2023 for the number 65. Jonathan Rea wins for the first time in Most.
Are you ready? Come on, mate.
But of course, there's been a few difficult moments as well that have become more and more recent, let's say, the last few years.
I'm more happy from the effort we have been done the last 2-3 years, especially, and not because we could not win. Hasn't been like a bad years. It maybe was one of the years we learned more.
As Jonathan Rea goes down. Jonathan Rea from 3rd position.
Passenger, mate. I'm a passenger.
On the final lap of this Tissot Superpole race, Jonathan Rea goes down! Jonathan Rea goes down, separated from the bike, slides off into the gravel trap.
Now in 2023 is maybe in his best shape for different reasons. We cannot bid for the championship, but I really believe it still is in a very high level.
The idea of stopping was an option and something we talked about. Racing's my life, you know. I need to be here, and I still feel the best is yet to come. You know, I still feel I can make a new story, make a new way. Winning is like a drug. It's so addictive, it becomes almost an obsession. Now at this point in my life, I needed something new. That's what convinced me to take on a new challenge, and I'm moving on from Kawasaki. All right in blue. It's cool though, right?
Cool, but weird.
I like it. Yeah, I like it. I feel like a proper welcome now.
Yeah.
Good.
You know, we've been very sad losing Toprak. We were for sure not expecting that Jonathan could be available and could be interested in our racing program.
Yeah, it's strange how life and sport turns out, and here we are. It's just so motivating and such a tick in the box that we've done a good job at Yamaha to create a platform and a bike that a 6-time world champion feels that he can take another step forward by coming to us.
I'm not surprised because I understand him, because he's tried to the new challenge. He's tried to winning again, and this is the normal. And I understand he's thinking Yamaha.
Basically, it's willing from Johnny. So from our side, we mainly accept, listen, accept, and that's it. Negotiation is negotiation. It's private internally and always delicate, and in a common understanding of the parties, always try to arrive on a good agreement.
In the summer, actually, done it on time. We understood that there was interest and the possibility was there. And then for sure it was a fantastic opportunity for us. We were looking for a top rider. Jonathan was looking for a new challenge, looking for a different package, and somehow our paths crossed together.
I feel good, yeah.
I wish to be world champion, and you know, we talk about the first one being the most special, but I'm sure if I could repeat that goal, it would be potentially overtake that first feeling.
What for sure impressed us is that a rider who is the most successful rider in the World Superbike history, after having achieved so many victories and titles with one manufacturer, decide to leave to look for a new challenge. It will boost the motivation of all our guys, but also is a huge responsibility for all of us, and we will work even harder in order to offer him a competitive package.
When Yamaha picked up the phone, it seemed like the new challenge I needed at this part of my life, and something I'm excited about, but also incredibly sad and tough to leave behind the incredible journey I had with Kawasaki. 9 years, they'd give me everything. The opportunity to win a world title, the surroundings and atmosphere that I need to flourish.
And I honestly enjoy a lot. The relationship is more than professional. We spend a lot of time in holidays and spend time outside, not only with me, also with all the mechanics and the guys around Johnny, Team 65. We are like a family and we really enjoy a lot, and in the same time to be winning as we did and enjoying as we did all together is a completely dream. He will be in another manufacturer. If we can finish in front of Johnny, of course we try. I would like to see him in the top of the championship. I'm his fan number one.
It has been an incredible journey. At the end, it's not only what we achieve as a group, but especially on the way to get it. Has been nice, has been respectful, has been amazing. So it's a very good memory we keep forever. To thank him, professional way he is, the human side, and I hope him the best, but one step back from us.
I could never expect what I found with Kawasaki Racing Team when I first signed the contract back at the end of 2014. People try really hard to build a racing family, but inside Kawasaki it was so automatic. These guys are my family, and this isn't a bookend, you know, they're my family for life. They'll always be part of my blood that's green. It doesn't stop because I'm changing the colour.